So doing a PhD is hard work, really hard work. You've got to stay focused for a lot of the time, and a lot of the time it's just hard to stay focused. You, I'm lucky because I work in a department that are funding my PhD at the moment, and they are basically letting me do a PhD in what I'm interested in. But a lot of people they have funded PhDs and they have to do work in a particular area, and some of it could be very dry. And a PhD is just a lot of work, it's very hard. And I think keeping a blog is a great way to stay sane. Lots of great blogs out there, but I think trying to copy someone else's style is probably not the best thing to do. You just want to do what's good for you. I'm going to kind of go through the things I do, but this might not be for everyone. And people, a blog has different advantages for different people. A lot of people find it's a great way to share the work, talk to similar people. I find it just keeps me sane by doing incredibly silly things that things that just make me chuckle because, well, firstly, a lot of interesting things in your PhD will come from being playful. You might think, oh, this is something interesting. Like I do a lot of agent-based modelling, and a lot of that at the start came from just messing with Dwarf Fortress, which is a game where dwarves interact with each other. And I thought, oh, wouldn't it be interesting if I could simulate outbreaks of infection and stuff using little characters that touch each other or whatever. Then I discovered agent-based modelling, and so my point is there's like a spark of just playing with something and blogging about it and talking about it led on to actually something that was quite useful. So my blog has got an incredibly daft name, Paddy the Rabbit, and it's called that because I've got a rabbit called Paddy. Originally, this is another thing I think blogging is good for. It gives you a bit of confidence about stuff you say, or just to put stuff out there. Because originally I didn't really want people to know that I was blogging, so I just named it after my rabbit instead. I'm not so bothered now, and so blogging has kind of brought that out of me. I don't care, just put it there. And so you can see that all these things aren't related to my PhD. Data analytics, education, PhD, perhaps a bit of technology, are all. This is hosted on WordPress, this site, and WordPress has things called categories, and these are all categories which are PhD related, but the majority aren't. So games, reviews, virtual reality, general chatter, generally just stuff which I'm just messing about with. And here at the top you can see I I created a very bad animation of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I did that with one of the kids in the family. It's a bit of stress relief. I put it on my blog. I've just been a bit funny about it. June 2, which is an old game. Is to play. I've worked out you can play it on newer computers with some much needed updates. So I wrote about that, and that's just kept me a bit sane. But while I've been doing this, I've also been doing PhD stuff. So one of the stuff we have to do is write an R1 form, which an R1 form in our university is the form where it's called a mandatory submission, and you've basically got to prove to the university that you know what you're doing by writing aims and objectives, context of research. It's not long, but then you've got to sign it saying, yeah, I can do this, and your supervisors will sign it saying, yeah, they've been doing this kind of thing. So it's kind of covering their back, so later on you can't say, oh, I've had no support, and you don't know what I'm doing because you've signed a bit of paper and wrote what you've done. And yeah, so this is, and I wrote mine by putting it on my blog, and I do a bit of analytics on my blog, kind of. Well, I've not got any here, but just kind of data mining the text, and stuff like that to see, what words coming up, what things are interesting me, so I can data mine the text. And I found out that I was doing a lot on Twitter and stuff like that. Here I've been data mining the Conservative and Labour tweets on Budget Day in the UK. and so this is how I do it. I like video as well, and I've started doing these video blogs, and I don't expect anyone to really watch them either. I just think balls to it, you know. It's I'm going to probably do it. It helps me think. I'll put them in the video section of my my blog, and you know, it doesn't matter if anyone reads them. A friend has got a good blog, which I think he calls Frustration. Yeah, but with a PH, so it's like PH Frustration. Maybe it's not. I'm sure it was this. Maybe search for WordPress as well, because his is hosted on WordPress. There's lots of technologies you can use to host your blog. Yeah, it's Frustration. No. Oh yeah, it's just Frustration, not Frustrations. So my oh, there's a new one on here. That's interesting. But he posts under a different name, Perry, and he just talks about his is kind of a funny, a humorous take in it. So you know he's writing about his own experiences, but pretending he's someone else and kind of exaggerating bits of it. So he's marking for a class at the moment, which I know he's taking as part of his PhD, and he's brewing for beginners is what he's pretending he's teaching, but in real life he's doing something very different. So that's another way to do it. You can just pretend that you're someone else, right? Kind of humorous take on it, and this kind of stuff just keeps you sane, really. Yeah, and so that's it.